Ever wondered how it feels like to sleep in a futuristic pod in Japan? Today I'll be taking you into my trip where I slept at 9 hours capsule hotel in Shinjuku, the sleekest hotel in Japan. Let's go. I really liked the lounge bar. It just had a cool vibe in it. Maybe because it was upstairs and I was able to enjoy the view around the balcony with the trees. Oh, herbs, not trees. And the organization of the chairs, maybe the lighting was just awesome. I had so much comfort just sitting there, even though sometimes, as expected, it was quite noisy because many women in one space at one time. Too much talking. By the way, I must mention this 9H capsule hotel is only for ladies. They have actually a lot of branches in several other parts of Tokyo, and I don't know if there is in Osaka, but this one was only for ladies. So before I talk in the later part some of the pros and cons of this hotel, I just have to add here that the bathroom facilities were I was absolutely impressed that they have a separate locker room from the capsule rooms. So it means people could be showering and it doesn't affect your sleep. That for me was amazing. So the locker room actually is connected to the bathroom, and maybe I would say the dressing section, because there was a whole part with sink and mirrors where people can dress and But for the bathrooms, I was impressed. They offered shower gel and shampoo, conditioner for your hair, and they provide you with toothbrush, slippers to walk around, pajamas, and even towels. I mean, 9H overdid it. Like, if you didn't come with a lot of stuff, you will be able to still survive. I didn't really understand the aspect of no bathing slippers in the bathroom, but I can really attest the hygienic condition was. The locker room, however, felt a little small because there were just a million ladies with so many big bags, and as usual, space is an issue in Japan. So there were so many parts where it was just difficult to move around because some big bags couldn't get into the lockers. However, I feel like the facilities in the bathroom and the toilet, as tiny as it was enough to make my stay awesome. inside the capsule, it's just organized and lined up with so many pods like a science fiction movie. If you're into space, yeah, this is one way to experience space life on Earth. If that makes any sense. All right, inside when you sit, it's enough, the space is enough for you to sit upright. You obviously can lie. I think tall people can be able to rest well. The mattress for me was a bit hard, but it is comfy with a pillow. The sheets were clean. On one top of the part of the capsule inside, you equally have power outlets, so you can charge your phone over the night. And I was just impressed by the lighting. You can dim and, of course, increase the brightness inside the pod. That was exceptional. All right, now let's talk about what are some of the pros. Why did I really choose this capsule hotel? Number one, it's affordable. It was just $23, and believe me, that is quite cheap for any place where you have to close your eyes in Tokyo. Tokyo is capital city with a lot of, I will not say that too loud, it's expensive to live in that part of Japan. So an affordable capsule hotel like this one for me was. Second point is it was absolutely very close to the Shinjuku bus station. I actually used the bus from Osaka to Tokyo. I'll be making a whole video about that experience, and it was an awesome one. All right, the third thing that made me stay here mainly was just because I felt like it was only females and I could get to make friends, even though I ended up not making friends because people just come, shower, and disappear, and then they come back in the evening. Tokyo is a busy city. Everyone wants to see as many things as possible. So there really wasn't time to make friends. And the fourth thing, I have to keep looking because I almost forgot. The staff were absolutely friendly. I was impressed. They tried their best to speak in English and they helped me with the checking. Oh, believe me, I had no idea how to do the electronic check-in. It was complex, at least for my ignorant knowledge about technology. They were so kind. They helped me to even store my luggage before my check-in time. So I went there early, dropped my bag, and disappeared to the city, and then came back, and they were able to keep my luggage in the same way that I left it. Amazing. I say that because if you're not aware, in Japan, typically hotels don't keep luggage for you. You have to pay for your luggage. Actually, train stations and bus stations have lockers where you can keep your luggage and you have to pay. But 9H exceptionally allowed, maybe not me, but everyone to store their luggage there before check-in time. That really is outstanding. Kudos to them. Now, about the cons, as usual, every place has both two sides, you know. About the cons, my very first point is regarding the cameras in the pod. This might come as a con for me, but it could be a plus for somebody else. Again, this is my experience, and the hotel was very kind to explain to me the details after my review. I found it a little creepy that, you know, cameras are looking at me inside my pod where I thought I could have some privacy. But their explanation is they help to record sleep analysis, and I still don't get the whole detail. However, if you're interested to know how you sleep and what happens when you are gone to dreamland, 9H is the best place for you to go so that you can ask them to give you a report of your sleep. I don't know how relevant that is, but it could be helpful. For me, it wasn't relevant, so that's why I'm putting it on my cons. The second point, which I found a little not so okay, was the fact that I didn't have bathing slippers. I mean, in a big public space with so many people from so many parts of the world, I expected at least a bathing slippers, even a tiny little one where people can shower with. The third part, which was amazing but had a little was the fact that they give you a whole set with the pajamas. Yes, I agree, the idea of a pajamas, it was really good, especially because the aircon was so high. I couldn't have slept with anything not pajamas like, because for me, I catch cold like very easily. So I was impressed that they offer pajamas, except that the size of the pajamas was not asked. I know some of us are a little and I wasn't asked, so I think the second night I got a pajamas that was a little tight. So yeah, I felt like at least they could ask your size before offering. That way you will not be uncomfortable to wear what doesn't fit, at least. And I think the last part which I felt was a little not okay was the brightness of the light in the capsule room. So the capsule room has, of course, like a little corridor, and inside your pod, of course, there's also a private light. So when I put off the light in the pod, I could still see the brightness of the light in the corridor, which I understand they do that because for security reasons, there's a CCTV camera there, but the light was still so bright that it almost didn't even make a big difference from the one I put in. So I had a little challenge falling asleep because I could see, the reflection. That is it for me. Let's check whether I should stay again in this hotel. Absolutely, I'll go back there. If not for nothing, but for the affordability and the proximity to the train station and the bus station. So if you're interested, I recommend you book in advance, because believe me, these places are almost always full. I just saw women or travelers popping in and out. Tokyo is a busy city. I booked 1 month in advance. That is the only way to save yourself. Of course, there are always last minute options, but for a cheap, affordable place like this, the spaces and the chances to get another day are not that easy. So early booking, possibility to get space. If you enjoy this view or look inside a capsule hotel in Tokyo, I plead that you just like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell, because I'll be sharing a lot more about my travels around Tokyo, Japan, in fact, many other countries in Africa as well. In my niece's voice, I would say thank you first and bye-bye.